Well,
Let's
it's me.
keep us.
It's me. It's the STEPHANIE.
It just doesn't roll off the tongue well, does it? Because everyone's here to see me. The ABI and the D. But anyway, we've only got 20 minutes, Steph.
We don't. So we're not even going to introduce ourselves yet because we have to make our tea. Because it's going to take Abid forever. And this is a battle. And so we have to go really, really quickly. So the American way to make tea is way faster than Abid's way. So here we go. And if you haven't had your tea yet, go get it right now. Look, Abid, all I have to do is hit this button.
That's not the American way to make tea. That's the British way to make tea. You used to make it the microwave rubbish way. Yeah, I've got in English tea all set up, ready to go. But and besides, I was ready. So quickly let's pour that hot water in, and then tea is great with a splash of milk. But once this thing is heated up, you'll get a lovely, wonderful message in ode to Steph. But whilst that's heating up, right. Indian tea. So we're going to make a nice cup of good karak chai, as they call it in India, where my parents are originally from. Karak chai literally translates to tough tea, like the good stuff with oomph, because that's how you make a proper tea. We don't just make tea just by thing. But anyway, the English tea is nicely brewed. Team list for you there, ready to go. But yeah, so karak chai. How do we make karak chai? In India, what we do, we actually cook our tea, and it's like, the real good stuff, proper. This tea will keep you going for hours and hours and then perfect for 24-hour spot camp. No need for Red Bull, Monster, Boost, any of that stuff. No, this is tea. I remember I had it once. Yeah, proper karak chai. I had it at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I didn't get to bed until 3 o'clock in the afternoon the following day. Crazy stuff. But right, how do we make karak chai? So, ingredients, we have milk, water, and tea, and that's about it. So 3/4 of a cup of milk. You can, because I'm trying to be good, I'm diluting this with water. So it's half a cup of water. And now, like my wife would go utterly nuts. But if you want to be like naughty, then I'm using semi-skim milk. You can use full fat milk. If you don't want to be really naughty, then you can use condensed milk. And if you just want to be utterly insane, replace all of that with double cream. Trust me.
Or if you want to be normal, don't use the milk, because milk is disgusting in tea.
No. Anyway, enough of you. Can someone mute her, please? And then throw in 2 bags of tea, and then we will turn the stove onto a high heat, and you just let that boil. You let that boil, and we'll have this moment where it starts to boil over. But whilst we're waiting for that, we finished a good old cup of English tea. And so you just pour a nice splash of milk in there, give it a stir, and that is your English tea done. But what we're here to see is the nice karak chai.
Done, Abid, so I think I won.
Yeah, it's not about who's fastest. It's all about the quality stuff.
No, it's about who's the fastest,
of the tea.
Because we're busy innovators and we have to save the world of education.
Yeah. Anyway,
so it's all about the business.
So what you want to do is you want to give your tea a bit of a stir, and we will stir that, and that will go in, and that will cook a bit, and good to go. But right, whilst we're waiting for that, Steph, tell us more about Innovator and PLN and all of that stuff, and why is it so important?
Well, before we do that, because we're going to be waiting a while, it looks like. What's your thoughts on this kind of tea?
Yorkshire tea is the best tea. That's what I've got here. Yorkshire tea, the only tea to drink. Yorkshire tea.
I thought it was disgusting, and I even tried it with milk.
Honestly, I mean,
and these are from the UK. Like, Darren sent me these, and I've only used it once, and I don't understand it. There's no string. Like, all it is a bag.
Well, I'll show you in a bit. You know you can use a spoon, well, rather large spoon, or you can use a teaspoon to take the tea out, give it a bit of a strain, and then job done. Jobs are good, and that is one of the best teas in the UK. I don't know who you're arguing with, because you don't know how to make tea.
It was not very good. I even tried the milk. I tried. Now I have a whole box of this that I don't know what to do with it.
Daria, I'm sure plenty of us are coming up for Isti. You can feed us all a good cup of tea.
Just bring the tea.
In fact, once you're done, you can make us a nice garam chai. As you can see, that's nicely boiling there. The tea is infusing with the. And what you can also do, what they like to do in India, they put sometimes you have masala tea. So then you'll have like mint and ginger and cardamom and cinnamon and nutmeg and all of that stuff, and you throw that in, and trust me, you can make a dangerous cup of tea. My mum, she makes some proper hardcore ginger tea. That stuff will smash your brains out, yeah. But totally that's total flu killing teas and all that, COVID defeating stuff. I know it didn't work for me because I had long COVID, but I don't drink enough of my mum's tea. That's probably why.
All right. Well, welcome to the Global Tea Battle. I hope you kind of enjoyed the quick intro. While Abid is stirring, is that what that's called? Whisking?
Yeah.
We'll do quick introductions. So my name is Stephanie Howe. I'm an instructional technology coach in Ohio, and I made my tea in less than probably a minute. So it's easy, quick. I can take it to work, and then I'm able to just kind of quickly go and do this. How long did you leave the tea bag in for? I leave it in until I'm done drinking the tea. Or are we talking about this one? I didn't leave it in there very long, but it was still really gross. And then
what kind of tea are you drinking?
I've got this Tiavana. Have you heard of Tiavana?
No one has.
It's like a Starbucks brand.
Wait.
Oh!
Yeah,
this is
that
messy.
wasn't supposed to happen. Look, you were supposed to keep an eye on this, Steph. But yeah, that's the big moment where the tea. Right, my wife's gonna absolutely kill me for this, but
You talked about that.
yeah, I know. I had this all planned out really well, Steph, and then you just threw it completely out the window. But anyway, that's what's supposed to happen. Is before it boils over, you're meant to turn the gas down and pull it up. But hey ho, I've now got a mess to clean. Thanks, Steph. And after
that was not supposed to happen.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, we now have a good cup of garam chai. And what you can do, what I have done is I've left it on a slow heat, because then what that does is it just allows it to brew a bit more. And if you want it to, if you want the real garam chai, which is like, the good hardcore stuff, then just let it brew for ages and ages and ages. The longer you let it brew, the better the tea tastes. But
I mean, like, which one looks better?
Mine definitely looks better. Yeah, no, look, I'm going to give this one more stir. Yeah, and then what we do is we get our trusty strainer, and the strainer is really important if you're making tea with all of the extra masala and the spices and stuff like that, because the last thing you want to do is drink that stuff. You don't want to like start chomping into that stuff. So then basically what you do, and ideally you would have a saucepan with a lip, which I don't have, and then you would basically just strain.
You're gonna spill it everywhere.
Yeah, I probably am. There I am. My wife's gonna tell me. Oops.
See, I don't have time for that. Like, I don't have time to clean up that mess and wait.
Well, anyway.
And then boil over and clean up that mess.
Steph's clearly giving me a headache. But yeah, you've got a nice cup of tea there.
Why is your cup black?
Well, no, look, see, it's showing off the cool people in. Yeah.
Where am I at? Oh, there I am.
Not sure about that one, but yeah. Shout out to all the cool people, all the cool folks, and everyone else here on this call as well. But yeah, That's a nice, good cup
brings us
of
to
Indian tea.
Yellen, right? So, Abid, do you want to introduce yourself real quick, since not everyone knows who you are?
Everyone knows who I am. But anyway, yes, I am Abid. I am from London 19, and I live in London, lived in London pretty much all of my life. I'm an IT director from the Leading Learning Trust.
So in the chat, let us know, what is your favorite tea? Are you like Abid, or who won that battle? Was it me who quickly made my tea in less than a minute and a half? Or was it Abid who spilled over and made a complete mess? And his wife's going to be really, really upset.
I didn't make no mess. It's all nice and clean. Look there.
There's a mess. What's that white thing right by your hand?
Anyway.
All right. So yeah, let us know in the chat what your favorite tea is. We've got, it looks like Yorkshire tea. I will send you this over.
Yorkshire tea, not Yorkshire tea. Yorkshire. Get it right.
Yorkshire.
Pronounce it correctly. This is the good stuff. Yorkshire tea. Yorkshire tea. Honestly.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Sky. I love how you were just saying, like, it's how your life's set up. I don't have time to wait for this tea. People want to taste your tea.
Exactly. Everyone wants to taste the tea.
No.
Indian tea for the win.
So here's the recipe. If you forgot, but I'm sure you can rewatch that mess of Abid spilling all the tea if you really want to.
Yeah, it is done. It is done a bit more professionally. I'll admit that. But 20 minutes. If we had a bit more time, they would have done it. And also, I know a good works person doesn't blame his tools, but yeah, these aren't my tools. I blame the missus. But anyway, yeah, that stuff. The ingredients you got there, like you say, like I said before, you can play around with that. Add all sorts of weird and wonderful spices. If you're in the UK, there are loads of places where you can buy this. There's good big firm called Jaiwala and stuff like that. They do all these crazy teas. And go to any sort of Indian restaurant, they'll make a nice cup of tea. But try it yourself. There's some.
Abid does have his
great fun.
Person today. So show your cup again, Abid. I'm really upset you didn't get the grid view list view one. Oh, you made two.
This tea. Yeah. So this is the English tea, and this is the good stuff. The Indian tea. But yeah, look, some shout out to some really nice people who sent me this birthday present. Not sure about the person right in the middle, just over there, but otherwise, yeah, shout out to Karen, Rachel, Hans, Leslie. Get well soon, Leslie. Leslie's recovering from an operation. Good old Darren, my fellow leader on Gauge UK. Fonz, My Tech Life. If you're not watching My Tech Life, make sure you follow. Devon, Jeopardy champion, and this woman there, don't know who she is. And yeah, a few more people. Kat, if you missed Kat's session this morning, catch up with Kat's session about mental health. That was amazing. Jen Lieben, she's an absolute superstar. Who's that? Steph Rothstein, another superstar there. Another superstar. Lots of superstars, isn't it? Rachel Kotup, Jesselyn, and of course, fellow Clay and Luis.
So yeah. Why do you mention all those people? Why are they important to you?
Well, the reason, something I want to say to all of the innovators who are watching is, the amazing things that we've
Innovators
done.
are watching, I think.
The other innovators that will be watching the recording who aren't here.
Oh.
Right? Yeah. So, how do Steph and I know each other? How do most of us know each other? How did Global GG come about? All of this stuff, all of the stuff that we did collaboratively last year, it all came through because of all of the PLN and the connections and that kind of stuff. And that's what I would just say to everyone, VIA 20, VIA 21, and even the past innovator cohorts, just reach out there to the Google EI hashtag and just get connected with people. It is, as you all know, it is one of the most wonderful communities. But, the more and more you reach out, the more and more you connect with people, the more and more amazing things you go on to do. None of us imagined what we would be doing now after our academies, and just keeping those connections and those conversations going is what has sparked all of this amazing stuff. So these are some of the people that I connected with immediately, and we formed such a great global family. Hardly any of us have met in person. We've been fortunate to have a few of those connections, but we now chat, collaborate, just have a laugh every single day, and that's why the PLN is just so important. And you have all this joke and banter which goes along with it, which is great for fun and entertainment, but we also do some amazing, wonderful stuff together.
Yeah, so in the chat, share maybe an aha moment that you have had with your PLN. So one of my aha moments of having a PLN is the resources. I'm able to say, hey, is anyone else's Google down? Especially during COVID, it went down a couple times. We'll say that was Clay's fault. But it was just nice to be able to say, hey, is anyone else struggling with this? Or hey, how are you solving this? And I was able to save some time with not having to create all these different resources and using people to help deliver professional development to my own teachers. So it's sometimes nice to have a person from Colombia and their accent come on the screen and give a session to teachers, or Jen Leben, who is excellent at WeVideo, share her knowledge and skills with teachers. So I had a lot of connections that way, which made it a lot easier to get through COVID for me.
And I think as well, all of the stuff that you've just said, and just having those connections, especially, we didn't think after our academies that how much impact COVID was going to have, and just being able to have we quite kind of got a head start to all of that. We went into lockdown and lost those connections, but we had these virtual connections already. So for us, it was sort of yes, it was very different, but at the same time, we still had those connections that we'd formed, and we were able to help each other through what Kat talked about this morning about the global GG staff room and the mental health matters and all that. We were kind of, being innovators, we were all under the same sort of pressures and things like that, and just being able to get together and connect. And the staff room happens every month, twice a month, on the first Monday and the third Thursday at 8 o'clock in the evening here in the UK. So, by all means, feel free to join on, not just for innovators, everyone's welcome, but, feel free to join in and just get talking to people and let us know how you're doing. Because, we've all been under a great amount of stress over the last 2 years, and hopefully we're coming towards the end of that now. But yeah, that's what it's all about. And that all comes through connections.
And I think, too, there's some obstacles that come along with having a PLN. I know for me, it was time. When COVID was over, it was like figuring out, okay, school life, coming home to my family. When do I fit in this Slack channel? When do I fit in Twitter? Because it is important to have that PLN. So, Abid, what are some of the barriers you experience?
I think as well, managing time zones, especially being on a global scale.
We do about UTC.
Yes, we had lots of fun with Paul Farrell's global staff room, and I think that was one of the things that kind of really brought us together, was just that simple mistake of UTC, and how it's become a wonderful running joke and of fun and games. But I think that's just it, is as little as you can, as much as you can, sort of thing. Just making that tiny little piece of effort, just checking in to say hello and those kind of things, and just to keep those connections going, and soon that just develops into something really, really great.
And I think our time's over, so I feel like Andy's going to kick us off, but we can still keep talking until he does.
I'm just catching up with
you. Yeah, your time is up. It's bang on 8 o'clock, and well done for bringing it in on time. Even though I am intrigued by Abid having a camera person. I feel like now, just I'm sitting here talking to my Chromebook, that I've not gone far enough with this session.
Shout
Yeah,
out to my daughter.
let's get a tour of Abid's house. Can we please?
No, not quite.